The host of our gathering today. He's the director of UMP Center for Entrepreneurship Rapid Incubator. Of course, all staff. And I need to point out especially Ms. Melody Chiome. We're very pleased to have in the audience and online 4 EDHE Community of Practice chairpersons. And those include Ms. Naledi Matole, Ms. Elizabeth Masuleng, Mr. Witness Lubisi, and Professor Herman van der Merwe. Colleagues, you are all welcome. It's also our great pleasure, colleagues, to acknowledge a number of presidents of the prominent enactors program from various universities, including our own, a number of representatives from university innovation centers, deans and heads of schools of universities participating today, staff and students, and colleagues, you who are here, student entrepreneurs, and business owners. This platform is about you. This platform is about your national participation and really the innovation that you bring. We find ourselves, colleagues, in Freedom Month, and this is a special relationship for everyone, but especially for this university, the first university in the province. You must be aware of the context of this very prominent national competition every year that has started in 2019 and that is now including all 26 universities in South Africa, really grown in stature and now includes almost 800 existing businesses that have been supported and acknowledged last year. In 22 and 23, a number of the winners received the opportunity to visit Switzerland for further exposure and to cultivate additional partnerships. Each winner also benefits from business coaching and mentorship programs that are sponsored. Over the years, large amounts of funding have been provided to support in excess of 60 startups with high potential businesses. And the finalists over the years has served in a valuable pipeline to various funding stakeholders, including with the SAB Foundation, the recent Holt Prize, as you all saw, EO Global Student Entrepreneurship Awards, and many others. Colleagues, this is an established initiative. I think you are very fortunate, as is our university, to participate. And again, great acknowledgement to all the supporters and leaders of this initiative. You're going to be very busy this year participating in InnoVarsity. And I was very surprised when I prepared to see how busy. So there's a range of regional activities and activity drives until June that kicks off now with a national launch after this. Internal rounds will follow. Then there's additional regional rounds. There's additional mentorship programs to support and advance. In the build-up to the national finals, there's a range of boot camps and mentorship programs. Up until the national finals in November. And following that, further incubation development programs to support. And it all starts over again in 2027. So colleagues, be prepared, be excited and be energized and really make use of this tremendous opportunity that we have. With those few opening remarks, again, a warm welcome to you. It's really my pleasure to introduce and welcome the award-winning choir from the University of Mpumalanga for a short interlude before we continue. Please help me in welcoming the UMP choir.
Sanbonani, sanbonani nonke nisaphila nje. Sanbonani, yo, yo, Sanbonani, sanbonani. Sanbonani nonke nisaphila nje. Sanbonani, sanbonani, sanbonani nonke nisaphila nje. Sanbonani,
Silondona beyu empikuyo. Tishabarunari di embeti no magaja.
Did I say award-winning choir of UMP? Yes. So thank you very, very much. The director is Mr. Lonnie Mkwena, and this is the pride and joy amongst many other things, colleagues, at this university. Please let's applaud a last time for that. I almost want to say you can feel launched now, don't you think? Huh? Colleagues, with great apology, I'm standing in also for our Vice Chancellor, Professor Tenjiwe Miyiwa. she really would have wanted to be here and carry her remarks with me, which I'll share with you in a moment. If ever a new leader has been supportive of drive, innovation, entrepreneurship, it is our Vice Chancellor, Professor Mayiwa. So please feel her with us in spirit today, and very happy to share with you her great support and formal welcome for the launch, the national launch of this InnoVarsity. We also appreciate on her behalf, colleagues, being included in this important national platform that celebrates altogether innovation, creativity, and especially student-led enterprise. At UMP, this moment today for us is more than ceremonial. It is strategic. It speaks directly to who we are becoming as a university. We're a young institution, but we are not a hesitant one. From our inception, we have understood that universities today must do more than only transmit knowledge. We must generate solutions, build ecosystems, and especially enable our students not to only seek jobs, but to create them. Entrepreneurship, therefore, is not an add-on at UMP. It is a core pillar of our academic project. This is why the EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity initiative, colleagues, resonates so strongly with us. It aligns with our commitment to nurturing graduates who are agile thinkers, opportunity seekers, and problem solvers grounded in the realities of our province and of our country. Mpumalanga, as you know, is rich in potential. It's a province of agriculture, of tourism, of biodiversity, and emerging industries. But also, it faces real challenges: youth unemployment, inequality, and the need for sustainable local economic development. Our responsibility as a university is to sit at the intersection of these realities and possibilities. InnoVarsity, colleagues, provides a powerful platform for our students to do exactly that, to take ideas from concept to application, and to test solutions against real-world problems to build ventures that can make a significant difference. I particularly extend, colleagues, on behalf of the Vice-Chancellor, excitement to be included in this year's program, also as it coincides with two significant milestones in the trajectory of the University of Mpumalanga. First is the establishment of our first technology transfer office in 2025 and the appointment of its first head, Mr. Israel Morena, who's present with us here today. The creation of our TTO marks a decisive step in our journey towards becoming an innovation-driven university. For us, the TTO is not simply an administrative unit. It is a bridge connecting research to impact, ideas to industry, and intellectual property, colleagues, to societal benefit. Alongside the TTO, the second component is that we are also implementing a comprehensive innovation framework that is designed to embed entrepreneurship and innovation across the institution. This framework is about a culture as much as it is about a structure. It is about encouraging a mindset where curiosity is rewarded, where failure is seen as part of learning, and where interdisciplinary collaboration becomes the norm. It's also about creating pathways across our entire institution. And importantly, colleagues, it is about ensuring that our staff and students see themselves not only as participants in the economy, but as shapers of it. For the University of Mpumalanga, initiatives like InnoVarsity are catalysts. They accelerate what we are building internally, and they connect our students to a national network of peers, mentors, and opportunities. They also send a powerful message, colleagues, and that is that innovation is not reserved for established institutions or major urban centers. It can and must emerge from every corner of our higher education system. To our students and all others, we want to say this. This platform belongs to you. Bring your ideas forward boldly. Challenge assumptions. Work across disciplines. And most importantly, colleagues, remain rooted in the needs of the community that you come from. The most impactful innovations are often those closest to real human challenges. To our partners, Absa Group, EDHE, SAB Foundation, all others, we thank you sincerely for your continued investment in student entrepreneurship. Partnerships like these are essential if we are to build a resilient, inclusive, and innovative economy. And to our colleagues across universities, this is a collective effort. The future we are building requires collaboration, cooperation, and openness and a shared commitment for all of us. In closing, colleagues, the University of Mpumalanga sees InnoVarsity 2026 not just as a competition, but we certainly see it as a platform of possibility. It affirms our direction, it strengthens our resolve, and it energizes our students to imagine and create a different future. We are very proud to be part of this journey. Thank you, colleagues, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor. It's really a pleasure, colleague, to invite three prominent speakers now as part of the opening session. They present a very strategic dimension, if you will, of InnoVarsity and a real national drive in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship. For the first time to UMP, Edwil, I think. Dr. Edwil Gambo, Director of Entrepreneurship at Universities South Africa, a really staunch driver of a process. You will know that University South Africa is a collective of all 26 public universities in South Africa, and a key driver for strategy engagement and development of higher education going forward. Edwil, you are very welcome. Please come forward.
Thank you so much, Prof. Aldo. A very good morning to all. Good morning, colleagues. Yeah, I think let's have a bit of life. Yeah, Prof. Aldo. This is like it's as good as my second home, by the way. Yeah, I've been here quite a number of times, but thank you so much for that welcome, and thank you for your remarks, opening remarks, as well as the remarks of the Vice Chancellor. I fully agree with you that innovation is inclusive, knows no boundaries, not reserved for a select few, but it's open to everyone, those who dare take the chance and grab the opportunity. So thank you so much. So Program Director, thank you for hosting us. Thank you to all of you for being here. Let me acknowledge in absentia the Vice Chancellor of this university, Prof. Meyiwa, who has agreed that this amazing university hosts this national launch. I was actually looking at the vision. It's very interesting that the vision of this university is to be an African university, leading in creating opportunities for sustainable development through innovation, a vision that aligns with the work that we seek to do and aligns with what we're launching today as well. Can we give that a round of applause? I also acknowledge the leadership of this university, you, Prof. Aldo, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Internationalization. I acknowledge the presence of the senior leadership, the head of School of Agriculture, and said board member for the Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubation here at the University of Mpumalanga. I acknowledge the leadership, Prof. Kanayo, and the team that is leading this amazing and coordinating entrepreneurship at this university. Representatives of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Ms. Mandisa Kakwe, I think she's speaking later on online, who's joining us online. Our partners, ABSA Group, led here today by Mr. Alfred Ngosi, as well as the Senior Manager from Corporate Citizenship, Ms. Zinhle. I think ABSA deserves a round of applause, colleagues. I'll announce later on in terms of what they have brought as resources and tools to support this amazing initiative. Representatives from the SAB Foundation that have been part of this challenge and part of this program for actually a number of years. We would see Ms. Untatile Ditseho speaking later on. I acknowledge the universities, 25 of them that are joining us online today in this great launch. I've been told, and I saw on some platforms, that there is a watch party all the way in Richards Bay at the University of Zululand. Hello to you all there. And all our partner universities. I also acknowledge the presence of the previous participants of the old InterVarsity as well as the Innovation Challenge, the previous winners. All your distinguished colleagues, stakeholders and partners here present, and the most important people that I always say, they are the VIPs of this initiative, our student entrepreneurs. A very good morning to all. It is both an honor and privilege to stand before you today at this great university where the sun rises, the University of Mpumalanga, for the national launch of the EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity 2026. Let me begin by expressing once again my appreciation to the University of Mpumalanga for hosting this important national milestone. Your leadership, Prof. Kanayo and team, Prof. Aldo, and commitment are a clear demonstration that universities are not only centers of knowledge creation and generation, but engines for innovation and economic participation. Today is not just about launching a program. It is about affirming a national priority. In a context where youth unemployment remains one of the most pressing challenges facing our nation, student entrepreneurship is no longer optional. It is essential. It is essential for expanding pathways for economic participation, unlocking innovation within our higher education system, and repositioning our graduates not only as job seekers, but as job creators. What we are building through the Entrepreneurship Development in Higher Education, EDHE, is a shift in mindset from qualification to capability, from learning to application, from potential to productivity. Student entrepreneurship is where innovation becomes practical. It is where ideas are tested, refined, translated into real economic value. For many years, we've spoken about the importance of entrepreneurship in higher education, but today we move beyond that conversation. The EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity represents a system that translates vision into implementation, ideas into enterprises, and students into active economic participants. This is not a conceptual initiative, colleagues. It is a structured national platform that enables execution at scale. The 2026 edition marks the 8th iteration of this program, but more importantly, it marks a renewal of identity, of structure, and intent. Because the reality is this: entrepreneurship itself is evolving, and so we must respond to a landscape that is shaped by digital transformation, the high unemployment, new industries, as well as shifting economic realities. Therefore, our programs must not only keep pace, but they must lead. We cannot be talking about entrepreneurship in higher education, yet we are slow to adapt to change and innovation. We need to build an integrated national ecosystem. This initiative is not just a standalone competition, it is a national ecosystem in motion. It connects universities, it connects student entrepreneurship structures, it connects industry partners. That's why we have our colleagues who are sponsoring this challenge, ABSA Group, as well as development stakeholders. It connects all of them into a single coordinated system. What we are building is not participation for its own sake, where we just do initiatives where students just participate, but we are building a progression pathway from idea to validation to market entry and ultimately to sustainability. A critical pillar of what we're building is the strength of partnerships between universities and the corporate sector. If we are to truly advance student entrepreneurship at scale, universities cannot operate in isolation. We require partners who bring not only resources, but insights into market. You know, one of the challenges of entrepreneurs, they'll tell you, that is access to market. We need those insights. How do our student entrepreneurs access the market? How do they have or adopt industry relevance? How do they have pathways to real economic participation? In this regard, we extend our sincere appreciation to Absa Bank, whose commitment to this agenda is both significant and catalytic. Through an investment of 6 million rands, Absa is supporting not only the EDHE Absa InnoVarsity program, but it's also supporting the studentpreneurs in Daba, as well as the Entrepreneurial Executive Leadership Workshop that we're going to have in May in Stellenbosch, Cape Town. It connects all these three critical platforms that collectively strengthen the pipeline from student innovation right through to institutional and national impact. We also acknowledge the SAB Foundation for their continued partnership and targeted support with a contribution of 400,000 rands dedicated to advancing student entrepreneurs in the social impact as well as research-based categories. These investments are not only financial, but they are strategic enablers of a more inclusive, innovation-driven economy. They demonstrate what becomes possible when corporates and universities align around a shared vision to develop entrepreneurs who are capable, competitive, and impactful. To Absa Bank, Mr. Ngosi, we say thank you. To SAB Foundation, thank you as well. We appreciate the continued partnership and support. SAB Foundation has worked with us on this journey for quite a number of years. We started this relationship with Absa last year, where they funded the program to the tune of 5.5 million rands, and this year they upped it to 6 million. So, Mr. Nkosi, no pressure. I'm looking forward to 2027. One of the most important shifts this year is the inclusion of recent graduates. You know, the old InterVarsity was only limited to current students. But this year's version, we're including recent graduates from 2024. This is a strategic decision. Because entrepreneurship does not end at graduation. In many cases, while you're still a student, you are still piloting, trialing, and testing. And by the time maybe even your idea matures, you graduate. So we know that at varsity, entrepreneurship is just the beginning. So by extending this participation to recent graduates, we want to close the gap between education and economic activity. We want to sustain entrepreneurial momentum and ensure that innovation does not fall through the institutional cracks. We are also introducing a new category, innovative industries. This category recognizes a critical truth. The future of entrepreneurship will not be defined by traditional sectors. It will be defined by convergence, creativity, as well as disruption. This is where students and innovators challenge existing systems, create entirely new ones. This year, we will also increase the number of nationally recognized winners from 8 to 15. This is not simply an increase in numbers. It is a deliberate expansion of opportunity, reflecting both the depth and diversity of student innovation emerging across our universities. The program continues to recognize excellence across key categories that reflect the breadth of student entrepreneurship in South Africa. We have the following categories for 2026. The research-based business that seeks to advance the commercialization of academic research. The social impact enterprises, the existing business tech-based, the existing business general, and our newly introduced category, innovative industries, which recognizes disruptive ideas that transcend traditional sector boundaries. Across each of these categories, we have strengthened our recognition framework to ensure that excellence is acknowledged at multiple levels. Each category, entrepreneurs, I think this is exciting. Each category this year will have a category winner, will have a first runner-up, and will have a second runner-up. This ensures that we're not only identifying a single point of success, but building a broader pipeline of high potential ventures. In terms of prize allocation, you are aware that previously the category winner was walking away with 20,000 rands. This year, in 2026, thank you, Absa Bank. Let's give them a round of applause again. Because the category winning prize is going to increase to 100,000 rands. With the first runner-up receiving 40,000 rands. And the second runner-up in the category receiving 20,000 rands. In addition, remember there are 5 categories, so you can do the math in terms of how much Absa has actually contributed towards the prizes. And in addition, the overall National Studentpreneur of the Year will receive, in addition, because you have to win the category to be the national winner, in addition to 100,000, we will top it up with another money so that the National Studentpreneur of the Year will walk away with 500,000 rands. Which is an increase from the 120,000 rands that the winning student received last year. Furthermore, each of the national finalists
we, I think, have isolated our efforts very much within the higher education space alone, maybe some regional focus, but putting this at a national level and really bring this forward as a whole of systems approach. Like we are doing at University of Mpumalanga, this is a whole of organization approach for us to support. We appreciate this positive trajectory that the InnoVarsity is taking, and certainly the increased focus on impact for us to go forward. Dr. Gambo, thank you very much again. Please join me in thanking Dr. Gambo. Really our great pleasure, colleagues, to have a key strategic partner with us. He has been mentioned, Mr. Alfred Nkosi, who's the Regional Manager for Public Sector Banking of the Absa Group. Really a great pleasure to welcome you, Alfred. Please come forward. Thank you.
Good morning, colleagues. Uh, the young people know the song Skabora Moreki. So when I say good morning, I need to get something. Morning. Morning. So, thank you so much, Program Director, Professor, our Professor Aldo is our Program Director and is also our Deputy VC, representing our mother, our VC, Professor Meiwa. So greetings to her in her absence. And greetings to the leadership of the university. Let me just open my speech. I was happy to see Professor Edwin having a piece of paper. I was very proud that I'm bringing a phone. I thought I was the older one, but I saw him bringing papers. So I was like, okay, we got him. So colleagues, on a serious note, so greetings to the leadership of all universities online. I heard that there's more than 20 universities online. Representatives from the Department of Higher Education and Training. We are honored to be surrounded by so much academics around us, innovators. We are here today because of innovators. Most importantly, our young entrepreneurs that are present in the house, and some of the entrepreneurs that are online. So program director, it's a good feeling to see that the face of entrepreneurs is changing. We are starting to see young people, and we should celebrate that as a society, because everybody, people of my age, they only start thinking of entrepreneurship when they retire. Then they talk about spaza shops and things. So it's good to see that we are seeing young people coming through the system. I will be doing a disservice to the bank if I don't sell the bank on this platform. So firstly, I need to challenge the young people to visit our branches and test your assumptions, your business ideas. So the bank has got 40 plus branches in the province of Mpumalanga and lots of branches nationally. So go to our branches and ask for our small medium enterprise division and ask for enterprise bankers and have a conversation. Put your business plan on the table and we will challenge you. But we're not there to challenge you, but we are there to support you. and make your business plan bankable. That's the key word. You might have a business plan, but it might not be bankable. And I think that's where the tension starts. That's where you start toying for us, calling us names. So we want to challenge you on that one so that we can assist you. Because we bank bankable ideas. Our program director, our DVC have challenged you and have told you that the problems that our society are presenting to us, you've got the solution as an entrepreneur. And the money, that money that you are dreaming of is in solving the problem. I think we are here, all of us, to solve the problems of the world. So it's simple as that. So we've got a value proposition that speaks to young businesses. We've got a customer value proposition, if I may say, that speaks directly to women business, because we believe that we need to support women businesses. And we've got more women in the society than men. And women are our mothers. Somebody told me they are more responsible than us, but I need to challenge you on that. But we want you to take advantage of that. So we also happy, Deputy VC, that we have seen you going into collaboration with our provincial government. So what you have signed with the provincial government is probably what we are doing with them. So I want to challenge you while I'm still here, the director of Entrepreneurship Center, that call me. Just call me. Yeah, I won't call you, call me. Yeah, so colleagues, my previous colleague, Professor Edwin, challenged us that we must bring insights. So our enterprise development model speaks to that. There's many insights that you can share with yourselves. Young people, there's many sectors that probably you don't know. There's you know probably retail and franchise markets. Where is your typical small businesses, your spaza shops? When you take it to another level, is franchising. For franchising is not meant for certain people. You can go into franchising. So we can share those insights. Renewable energy is the new world. You are young people, you need to explore on those. I've just been introduced to our new member of the university who's going to assist us with innovation. So renewable energy is the big thing. So the challenges of ESCOM and the country is not for them, it's for us as young people. I can speak to all. Agriculture probably is the one that you are closer to in the province. We are in agri province. We are a mining province. So those insights we do have them, Deputy VC. So our strategy with enterprise development is basically 3 pillars, and all the speakers probably they'll touch on the 3 pillars. It's access to funding, which is a big problem. But I've just challenged you that come and test your ideas. The second one is access to markets. So you can have a brilliant idea. If you don't have a market, you've got no one to sell. So before you come to the bank and tell me that you're going to change the world, tell me who's your customer first. Who's going to buy your product, right? So it's simple as that. Then the bigger part of what we are doing now is the non-financial education, where we provide you with mentorship and coaching programs to support you to grow your businesses. So we do those things as a bank. Probably you don't know because Your bank is a big animal, so even my mother doesn't know what I'm doing at the bank. So I told her I'm a teller, so we are happy being a cashier. So probably you also pass at the ABSA branches and say, "Oh, what is going on here?" So could come and talk to us so we can help you. Back to the speech, colleagues. Zintle said I must stick to the speech because I can talk. I'm very quiet when I'm sitting, but once you give me a podium. So it is indeed a privilege for all of us as ABSA employees, us representing the group here, to be part of this EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity 2026 program. We believe that the future, my previous speaker have mentioned this one, I thought maybe he saw my speech, but we believe that the future will not be built in boardrooms, it won't be built in classrooms particularly, but the future sits in you as young people, and you must turn those ideas and to make a big impact in our communities. And this is what this platform represents, and you must take advantage of that. This initiative led by our universities as part of the Entrepreneurship Development Program in Higher Education. It's more than a competition. It's a national movement that recognizes the talent that is everywhere. I think we should appreciate that we've got talent. And if you don't believe that, don't participate. I think it starts there. You must believe that you've got talent. You know, I didn't tell you my story. One day I'll tell you my story. If I tell people that I'm from Komasi, they don't believe that, right? Who believes that I'm from Komasi? Nobody. Nobody. Who believes that I know Professor Mbewe as a teacher? Nobody knows. So he was our teacher. And I'm standing here, he's not here. I'm happy he's not here. You know what was going to happen. But I'm happy he's not here. So believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. So this initiative, this platform matters to us in its ability to drive entrepreneurship. This crisis that we are having as a country of unemployment, inequalities, poverty, it's not going to be resolved by us corporates. There's no more jobs. We want to challenge you that when you leave this university, the least you can have is a business plan, not a CV, please. Please. The era of CVs ended with us. We finished and we were in long queues there. But we were lucky. We were some of the lucky ones who got jobs. We should appreciate that. But I want to challenge you to say, when you live here, get your business plan right. You're at the right place. Never ever underestimate that. When we grew up there, we never had this. We didn't have access to this, Prof. That's why if I tell you the story of post office, those who, as I can see her, she's my age group, that one. So if I see the stories about post office, because that was my AI, and seeing my AI crumbling, it pains me, because that's the only source we had to get information, right? So you're at the right place. You've got access to everything. You just have to do the right things. And I can't lose this opportunity to also to listen to the elders, because probably they've walked the journey that you've walked. They are here to guide you. So it is a movement that bridges the gaps between education and economic participation, and that one affirms that young people are not only job seekers but job creators. A key part of why this platform is matters to us colleagues, I've just said it, that entrepreneurship education, it should be part and parcel of our lives. Happy to see that this university, probably in all degree programs that I've seen, the entrepreneurship program features, which is a good thing. 26 public universities are participating here, and it's a big forum that touches a big society, and we are happy to be part of that. The theme, so I've been told by our colleagues, is the entrepreneurship in action. From vision to implementation, from policy to impact, reflects an important shift. For too long, we have celebrated ideas without enabling execution. Everything, colleagues, starts with execution. You must decide what needs to be done, and you must do it. So the launch represents a deliberate move towards action, towards ensuring that ideas are supported with the right tools. So I'll just move quicker with my speech. Through our continued partnership, we have seen impact of our partnership with EDH. And this unified platform strengthened the pipeline from ideation to commercialization. That's the big one, ensuring that student entrepreneurship are supported more holistically. So the primary objective of this, colleagues, I think you all know it. I'm going to touch on all the points, but key to that is how do we identify top student businesses and we prosper those businesses to be big businesses. So colleagues, I'm not going to finish my speech. I've just got a sign that I'm running out of time. But to the students here today, this platform will challenge you. It will stretch your thinking. It will require resilience, discipline. I heard Prof saying it's going to be a tough journey, starting immediately at the regional level. And it will give you more opportunities to build something that matters. I think that's key. We encourage you to be bold in your ideas and in your execution. To our partners in higher education and government, we thank you for your continued collaboration and commitment. And we still want to do more with the university. We haven't started. We want to do more, Prof. It is through this partnership like this that we are able to align education with economic development and show policy translation. So in closing, the true success of this initiative will not be measured only to those who stand in the podium at the end of the competition, but it's going to be measured in the number of businesses that's going to come out of this competition, the number of jobs. I think this thing of businesses creating jobs, colleagues, every small business that you see, it carries 2 employees, 4 employees. Those 4 employees carries 10, 5 families that you don't see. So that's how powerful it is. So the communities needs to be transformed. The problems that communities are experiencing needs to be solved by us, and we need to ignite the confidence in you as our communities. So we are proud to be part of this journey, and we are looking forward to see more things coming. And we are already under pressure to increase the budgets for 2027. But I can also request that we see the businesses. We need to fund those businesses. Actually, I wanted to say all the winners, you must remember, you must open an Absa business account. It's one of the conditions that they didn't tell you, so I'll be watching you. But all the best, and thank you so much for the opportunity.
Mr. Alfred Nkosi from Absa Bank Regional Manager. Thank you very much. I cannot resist to say, Alfred, it's positive pressure. But remember also he's challenged the return on investment. So return on investment for me is not increasing only prize money and support mechanism, but the return on investment is tangible business. Also want to reiterate his very wise words. Success is not only measured by those who will stand in front here at the end. It's about continuing your business and expanding it. And also the downstream and upstream impact that that business will have from personal perspective, professional perspective, economic, competitive perspective. It's very important. You focused on talent, Alfred. I think there cannot be more talent in a room than there is currently here. There cannot not be more talent than what we've seen with a wave upon wave of participants from previous years. And that positive reinforcement continuously. You serve as a mentor for the next stream, etc., etc. So there's really a co-supportive process going on. Alfred, thank you very much, not only for who you represent and the support, but also for the insight in which this important competition is taken forward. Colleagues, we have two virtual presentations and engagements now, both from very critical partners of this program. One is from the Director, University Capacity Development Program of the Department of Higher Education and Training, Ms. Mandisa Kakwe. And then secondly, from the SAB Foundation, the program specialist, Ms. Ontatile Ditsejo. We'll ask IT to please invite them then to the virtual platform, and we'll take each other after that. Thank you.
Program Director, Prof. Struber, Vice Chancellor of the University of Mpumalanga, Professor Mliwa in her absence, Executive of the University, Chief Executive Officer of USAF, Kamatutu, and USAF official, staff executive, and staff led by Mr. Nkosi, other partners that are supporting entrepreneurship and innovation initiatives in the post-school education and training sector, by principals and officials, including the Department of Higher Education and Training officials. Esteemed and distinguished guests, which is our students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a pleasure to address you today on behalf of the Department of Higher Education and Training. We recognize and commend the growing number of initiatives focused on advancing entrepreneurship and innovation across the country. In this evolving economic landscape, innovation and entrepreneurship are critical drivers of growth and employment creation. Institutions of higher learning are uniquely positioned to play a transformative role. Through entrepreneurship, it can enhance productivity, unlock investment opportunities, and strengthen the overall competitiveness of our nation. Importantly, they can become job creators rather than job seekers, helping to shape a more inclusive and sustainable economy. I think that Prof. Sobel did mention this as well in his speech. It is therefore essential that entrepreneurship in its biggest sense is fully integrated into the higher education sector. The department has taken on the important task of establishing a national entrepreneurship ecosystem. Knowledge this vision can only be realized through collaboration with stakeholders. To achieve this objective, the department has invested in entrepreneurship development in higher education program, which addresses the challenge of youth unemployment, fostering entrepreneurship across university. The program focuses on three key strategic pillars, which is student entrepreneurship to enable sustainable enterprise development, academia, combined entrepreneurial thinking across disciplines, as well as encouraging universities to cultivate environments that drive innovation streams. Strengthened partnership across both the public and private sector. In this regard, therefore, the department extends its sincere appreciation for their continued contribution to advancing entrepreneurship and higher education. Sir, partners showing interest in such an initiative. The department remains fully committed in promoting entrepreneurship and innovation as a core feature of the university's mandate. A success in this field depends on our collective efforts, our willingness to adapt, and shared commitment to meaningful change. It's encouraging to see universities taking the lead in preparing graduates to contribute to the economy as innovators, leaders, and creators of opportunity. I also wish to acknowledge universities of Africa, USAP, its leadership, courage, and dedication in implementing EDHE alongside the department and the university, as well as for actively mobilizing additional resources and partnerships to strengthen this initiative. Today, because of USAF, not necessarily because of the department. Thank you so much, USAF. University of Mpumalanga, we see you. We are very proud of the progress that is taking place today. Entrepreneurship and innovation in universities form a part of the department's performance plan, scoring the seriousness and commitment with which this priority is being advanced. This reflects a clear dedication to strengthening entrepreneurial capacity and fostering a culture of innovation across the education institutions. Friends at New Ways, colleagues, please allow me to wish you every success this important and momentous event. To our students, again, this is an opportunity for you specifically both times. I heard Dr. Gumbi, Mr. Ngosi, from Absa came up with sums of money that will be going into your hand. I do hope that you will use investment and integrity and make sure that our country goes forward in terms of innovation. Thank you.
Aye. Ureganda, Scabara,
Colleagues, I do apologize for the slowness of our IT team. Ontatile Ditegu is online and she's the next speaker. Ontatile, if you can hear me, please go ahead. You are welcome.
Hey, everyone. Am I audible? Awesome. I'd like to just start by acknowledging the program director, Mr. Albert Sprugle, representatives from the universities, our partners, and most importantly, all of our students, our distinguished guests. Yeah, this partnership really means a lot to the SAP Foundation, and really to do, even though I'm virtual, I, I get so excited when there's a room of young people ready to change the landscape of this country. So really an honor to be here today. Um, just to start, I just want to say, what we're witnessing today is not just a competition, right? It's a signal. A signal that something big is coming. And it's a signal that across South Africa, there's a generation that is not just waiting, right? I mean, not waiting for permission, not waiting for the perfect conditions, not waiting for someone else to solve their problem. They are building, they are experimenting, they are stepping forward on their phone. If it doesn't exist, I'm going to create it. And I think that's really powerful. And as the EDHE Foundation, we have had the privilege of working alongside this challenge for many, many years. And what keeps us here is not just the quality of the ideas, it's the consistency and courage that we see year after year. Because make no mistake, this entrepreneurship is not easy. It looks exciting from the outside, but on the inside, it is uncertainty, it is risk, it's limits, it's tough decision, and it's moments when quitting feels like the most logical thing to do. You're still here. That's what really sets you apart. Now, this is now here's the truth about it. Ideas are everywhere. Ex- Execution is very rare. Not everyone is someone who will execute an idea. So what separates those who participate to those who work long term is not intelligence. It's not even opportunity. It's the ability to take again and again and falling and taking action again. So this gives you something incredibly valuable. It's a pipeline of talent, right? And we need to know that this is what we are looking for as the SABL Foundation. We're just looking for a platform for exposure, recognition. We, we connect you to the people who can open doors. And this opportunity is that it connects you to people who can open doors. It gives you the feedback that sharpens your thinking. It places you in a way that is accidental but intentional. But what you do with that is totally on you. Because this moment, this stage, this applause is not a destination, it is the starting line. In time, we don't just see businesses, we see job creators, we see exporters, we see people to redefine industry. We see solutions that can move from campus to a community, to a continent, and even beyond that. is the flow that is possible here. If we commit to the next one. Innovation, we often talk about being the first mover of the fund because it's a foundation. We back what others don't fully understand it. We support business before they look safe, before they look proven. And why do we do this? Because innovation don't start polished. We understand that fully, and this is why we support this competition. We understand that innovation starts messy, it starts uncertain, it starts with someone willing to take a risk, and that is you, the entrepreneur. And that's why partnerships like this matter so much, because no one is alone. Through the collaboration with the EDHE and other partners, we are building together. What we are building is not just uh, a program or competition. We are building a movement, and into this pipeline that I keep talking about of talent, of ideas, of businesses that are being shaped and supported and positioned to succeed in the real world. That's what we are also asking, how do we go deeper? How do we move beyond exposure into real sustained support, especially with social innovation, where the impact is not just financial, but transformation? Because ultimately, it is simple, not just to celebrate potential, but to turn it into to turn this potential into real measurable impact. So today, I want to leave you with this. Don't shrink your ambition to reach your current reality. Expand your capability to meet your ambition. It's not enough. If you consistently learn enough, and you'll get there. So, to to the EDHE, USEF, DHET, the University of Mpumalanga hosting us, even us virtually. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being part of this movement and building a platform that matters and an ecosystem that will thrive for decades to come. Here, who chose to show up, who chose to build, who chose to try. We see you, we back you, and we are so excited for what comes next. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much to both speakers for the inspiration and the innovation and the vision that you bring in support of this program. It was really interesting to hear the natural continuity of an early start support mechanism like the SAB Foundation, and then the more business orientation, bankable solution as that business becomes more structured that ABSA and others provide. Um, I cannot resist to coin that the second speaker said that you as young entrepreneurs, I want to say young people, are unashamedly not waiting to ask permission. You just do it. And I find that very inspiring, colleagues, and I think that is the basis of not only this type of program, but also the spirit and the energy that your generation brings, and that brings that change and innovation and impact that we are looking for. We must highly acknowledge the real policy orientation and investment process of a public sector entity, a public ministry like DHET, and especially the extremely valuable part of UCDP. By the way, Mandisa, we have our quarterly meeting with DHET tomorrow, that's UMP. And I must say, we also unashamedly present our success and speak about our challenges, as we're all together in this transformative higher education environment. And Ms. Titejo, really inspirational words, and we acknowledge the support from both DHET and SAB Foundation. Please join me in thanking the two speakers online. Colleagues, we're making just a slight adjustment to the program to accommodate two brief remarks from the next speakers, and then we'll break for tea, and then we will be ready for the music to bring some energy into the room. So it's really my pleasure to invite a person that will present Professor Kanayo Okujuba. He is the director of UNP's Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubation, and that is the economic activation officer at Safari, Ms. Irondina, to speak on his behalf. You're very welcome, Irondina.
Thank you so much, Prof. Aldo. Program Director, please permit me to stand on established protocols. I am standing on behalf of the Center Director and reading his brief remarks on the entrepreneurship journey at UMPC Ferry. Good morning. Good morning. Exactly. Let me begin by expressing our sincere appreciation to University South Africa and the Entrepreneurship Development in Higher Education program for selecting the University of Mpumalanga to host the national launch of the EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity and Innovation Challenge 2026. The selection affirms us as a growing and vibrant entrepreneurial ecosystem, and we are deeply grateful for it. We would like to acknowledge the unwavering support of our Vice Chancellor, Prof. Thenjiwe Meyiwa, who serves as the chairperson of the UMPC Ferry Advisory Board, and the entire executive leadership of the university. Her commitment is encouraging and highly instrumental in fostering a culture where entrepreneurship is not an add-on, but a core pillar of our institutional identity and student-centeredness. Distinguished guests, our valued partners, and most important, our dynamic studentpreneurs, ladies and gentlemen. When we reflect on the Center for Entrepreneurship Rapid Incubator's journey since its inception in 2020, we see a story of intentional growth, resilience, and measurable impact. In 2020, during the height of the global pandemic, UMPC Ferry was established. Despite the constraints, our students actively participated in national EDHE competition, ensuring that UMP gets connected to the national entrepreneurship ecosystem. In 2021, we strengthened our foundation through strategic partnerships and infrastructure investments while participating virtually in the EDHE finals. We developed shared working spaces and incubation facilities that created an enabling environment for innovation and enterprise development. By 2022, UMPC Ferry had begun to assert itself on the global stage. We signed a collaboration agreement with an Asian universities consortium, most notably winning the Best Pitch Award at the Unique Summit in Malaysia, signals the global competitiveness of our students. We also saw 6 studentpreneurs compete at the EDHE regional level, with 3 advancing to the national rounds. In 2023, we reached a defining milestone with the official opening of UMPC Ferry. That year, we exceeded all our SEEDVA incubation targets. 33 businesses supported against a target of 29. 29 jobs created against a target of 25. 15 businesses increased revenue against a target of 6. 50 jobs sustained against a target of 49. We also hosted EDHE regional rounds, launched the SWEEP program to empower women entrepreneurs, and created platforms such as a pop-up market to provide students with real trading experience. In 2024, our growth accelerated significantly. Yeah. Mhm. We additionally we additionally had an annual funding from Youth CDP for student conference and studentpreneur bootcamp. Established the Economic Activation Office, additionally getting funding from USEF. Thank you. Hosted the first UMP Entrepreneurship Summit, convened the first Women in Leadership Conference, secured our first government contract to contribute to the Mpumalanga informal sector policy. Studentpreneurs were awarded at the National Presidential MSME Awards as Social Entrepreneur of the Year. A studentpreneur was also absorbed in the corporate supply chains, starting with UMP. There he is there. Our studentpreneurs continued to excel globally, winning first place in the Philippines Ideathon, which the idea of initiating an agro-processing unit for mangoes. The center exceeded performance targets again. 39 businesses supported, 36 jobs created, 66 jobs sustained. This year marked our transition from a university program to a recognized ecosystem player influencing policy and practice. In 2025, we deepened both impact and reach. We hosted the Africa Asia Roundtable with over 90 delegates from 11 countries, delivered entrepreneurship bootcamps and masterclass classes, strengthened curriculum integration through partnerships with EDHE and Fulbright. Our studentpreneurs achieved remarkable recognitions. First place in the Intra-African Business Competition, which was held in Egypt. First place in Cambodia with a Best Academic Paper Award. Multiple national awards, including EDHE and SIDFA recognitions. A studentpreneur got the first place nationally at Absa Youth Innovation Challenge. I don't see him, but I saw him earlier. 5 studentpreneurs, alumni, and community SMMEs as part of the 30 at the Absa. Studentpreneurs approved for the SAB Towalana Foundation for mentorship and got a 250,000 grant. Another studentpreneur got awarded at the Bambelela Business Awards. Our other studentpreneurs also getting funding from NYDA. And then we also have a studentpreneur that we house at the center that we're very proud of, who is actually covering this event right now. There he is. Operationally, we continue to exceed targets. 37 businesses were supported, 36 jobs created, 71 jobs sustained. Cumulatively, since 2020, UMPC Ferry has incubated over 55 businesses, provided mentorship to over 120 entrepreneurs, including community SMMEs, delivered over 70 entrepreneurship and employability workshops, reaching more than 2,000 students annually, enabled over 150 students to generate income through entrepreneurial activities, hosted and participated in over 20 major entrepreneurship events. Now, in 2026, we are entering a new and transformative phase. We are intensifying evidence-based practice through entrepreneurship research, recently established a conference paper on the efficiency of university-led incubators in addressing graduate unemployment. We are expanding global partnerships in artificial intelligence and technological advancement. We secured a landmark, okay, we are clocking it now. We secured a landmark partnership with the provincial government, including 10 million rand support from a hybrid rice production project with the potential to create over 120 jobs across the value chain within 5 years. We have also strengthened our pipeline for skills development and graduate placements, ensuring that our students are equipped not only to start businesses but to succeed in the labor market. Importantly, UMPC Ferry is transitioning towards a more autonomous and sustainable model, positioning itself as a strategic driver of entrepreneurship, innovation, and regional economic development through an NPC framework. Ladies and gentlemen, the University of Mpumalanga Center for Entrepreneurship Rapid Incubator has grown since its inception in 2020 into a flagship program for the university for fostering student-led entrepreneurship activities and supporting community SMMEs. The Center for Entrepreneurship plays a pivotal role in providing ideation and scale-up support, mentorship, training, and networking opportunities, while aligning with the National Entrepreneurship Development at Higher Education agenda, the Mpumalanga Economic Growth Development, and international collaborations. Over 5 years, the center has consistently delivered impactful programs, attracted strategic partners, and positioned UMP as a driver of rural and township-based entrepreneurship development. Some of the impacts have not realized immediately, but have emerged over the years as entrepreneurs have sustained their interest, progress, and growth in their entrepreneurial ventures. UMPC Ferry is confident that we are indeed contributing towards fighting graduate unemployment by empowering enterprising students to create the desired graduate attributes of entrepreneurial mindset, resourcefulness, and effective communicators. The journey demonstrates that entrepreneurship in higher education is not theoretical, it is practical, measurable, and impactful. The EDHE Absa InterVarsity Challenge is therefore more than a competition. It is a national platform for unlocking innovation, nurturing talent, and shaping the future of our economy. To our students, you are not just participants in this ecosystem, you are its feature. Use this platform to innovate, to collaborate, and to solve real societal issues. In closing, we once again thank USEF, EDHE, and all our partners for entrusting us with hosting this important national launch. This is not just an event for us, it is a milestone in our journey and reaffirmation of our commitment to building a vibrant, inclusive, and impactful entrepreneurial ecosystem. I thank you.
Ms. Irondina, thank you very much. Colleagues, let's just bring perspective. This university is 13 years old, presenting its first programs in 2013 to 169 students. In 2026, we have 81 programs, including 9 PhD programs to 13,500 students, of which 6% is postgraduate. Yes. And apart from the excellent research profile, competitiveness, and high regard of the university, I'm mentioning this because the context of establishing a place with the type of success like Safari is no mean feat. And I want to return to a previous comment that I've made, is that this is a whole of organization approach. It is not because it's a center in a specific faculty. This is a university center with cross-cutting responsibility and broad-based participation to advance our academic project. A huge success also is the recent registration of Safari as an NPO, wholly owned by the university. So this shows the next iteration, thank you. This shows the next iteration of advancement, really, of a business model with, call it a spin-out entity, if you will, in this journey of the university. So real high acknowledgement to the director of Safari and an extraordinary team. And I must say, a supportive governance environment. Both Professor Kutu and I are here as members of the advisory board, chaired by the Vice Chancellor, external advisors, etc., and rely on all of you. And much of the success is in this room. But I think the greatest indicator is the success outside of the room, continuing their businesses. Yes, thank you very much, not only for Safari, but to serve as an example of this transition of the university. Colleagues, our last speaker before we break is really the eminent Dr. Bongiwe Mkata. She's a senior lecturer in the School of Agriculture. She's going to speak to us briefly about entrepreneurship and teaching and learning. And we also acknowledge her award as the second runner-up in the EDHE Teaching and Learning Awards recently. Bongi, you are very welcome. Can you hear me?
Yes, Prof. Thank you, Program Director. I am here. I think I'm burning and anxious, although I'm a bit hurt that I couldn't be there in person. I'm so sorry for that. I'm putting my camera on. Not sure if everyone can see me well. Thank you for that. So, good morning and greetings to everyone in the room. It is quite a great privilege to be part of this prestigious event, and I must express my sincere apologies for not being there. So I would like to greet the room, acknowledging Prof. Aldo, the program director, the VC, DVCs, professors, our partners, collaborators and sponsors, and also students who are part of the event. And also, I think I would like to say all protocols observed. I must say that it is a great pleasure to be part of this event where we are launching the 2026 EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity. So as Prof. Aldo has highlighted, I am Bongi Mkata, and I am a senior lecturer in agricultural economics in the Faculty of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, and I also serve as a program leader for the Bachelor of Science in Agriculture program. So I'm dedicated today to present on a topic that is on entrepreneurship in teaching and learning spaces. So I do have a presentation. Please do let me know if we are able to see it. So if you could just tell me if my presentation is visible, as I will not be able to see if you're reacting as I've shared my screen and it's on slide. Please do give me a heads up.
Bongi, there's 20 thumbs up on our side of the program. We see it clearly. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, program director. So, as I highlighted, and also, I cannot I should say this. I also was at a privilege where I got second one up for the EDHE Learning and Teaching Awards that took place last year. It was a steep competition, so I'm happy that you was well represented there because, as the previous speaker has highlighted, when it comes to entrepreneurship, driving the process, we are there. So my presentation is on entrepreneurship in teaching and learning spaces. This is where now we take it now from classroom to marketplaces. So why does this matter? Why is it important for us to be in a position during or as educators that, or as higher education institutions when in this journey? Visit and view the number of unemployed youth in South Africa, and this unemployed youth stats where we're saying that it exceeds 60%. We're talking of someone else's child, someone's daughter. We are talking of students that we have taught who are qualified to be at work, but they find themselves sitting at home with their qualifications. This matters because we're in a position where we are seeing that we have graduate employability gaps. We see that now the lacking of entrepreneurial mindset that enabled students to leverage very good skills where they're able to apply to and serve to the economic needs. We've picked that is quite another issue that we should be in a position where we advocate for entrepreneurship in um, teaching and learning. And also, as universities, we're in a position now, we were mandated to be now playing that role where we bridge that academic knowledge gap, and also in a position where we have graduates that are able to fill in the economic needs, where they're able to serve in the opportunities that could best leverage themselves. Hence, now we are saying that now we should be in a position where our teaching it gets to be transformative, and also it serves the need that is out there. So if you're looking at the brain picture that's on my right, we're able to do that now when we make sure that there is an application where our students are able to apply critical thinking skills. They're in a position where our teaching allows them to work around problem solving, where they apply it, and also it's within our teaching context. And also, we can't talk entrepreneurship if we don't touch on innovation. They're able to explore and also bring out the best of their being, because I will tell you, as an educator, we have brilliant students at UNT. So, and also I'm sure other institutions as well. So we have brilliant students that need to be provided that enabling environment. So hence now we're having such events today, like the launch of the university that we're having. So a person who teaches now, so we understand it also as a researcher. There have been different sorts of research work that has been done. Now there are different pedagogical practices, your theories that advance now or enable us to be able to integrate entrepreneurship into the teaching and learning spaces. Now, I'll touch on 4 pillars for this presentation, and that is now the learning, the experimental learning theory by Kolb, entrepreneurial mindset by Dweck, and also problem-based learning, as well as the key one where we have to contextualize the pedagogies of our teaching practice. So just to touch upon now a first pillar, which is now draws on what David Kolb did, which is now experimental learning theory, is quite simple, but yet quite strong, because it advocates that learning gets to happen in a circle form, where now as a person or as a student, you get to learn through experiencing something. After you experience something, you're in a position where you're able to reflect on it, and you make sense of it, and now you try again. So it's a circle now that allows you to draw lessons, which now serves as a loop, which now becomes the heartbeat of entrepreneurship. Because with entrepreneurship, you can't just start a business and sit down once it fails. No, you have to go back and revisit and learn and see what went wrong. How can we fix it? So by leveraging that in our teaching and learning spaces, we're saying that students are being exposed to that form of teaching space. And also the aspect of instilling entrepreneurial mindset, where now draws now is grounded from Carol Dweck's work on growth and mindset, when it says that now students who believe their abilities can grow with effort, in the sense that we should view failure as a learning space. We draw lessons, and it's not defeat, in the sense that now once you're in a position where you're able to view failure as lesson than defeat, you're in a position where you are full trained or equipped to be in a position where you can take a leap into the entrepreneurial space. The third point that I'm touching on is advancing in our teaching, where we base our teaching around problem-based learning. I know disciplines like health sciences, they've been doing it for some time, I'm sure other disciplines are doing it as well, where their learning approach is leveraged on problem-based learning. This is now our students are in a position where they're able to bring solutions to communities and societal issues, actually the communities that they come from, in the sense that they're able now to bring solutions, and that is when our form of development, so opportunities get to be exposed. And lastly, the contextualization of pedagogies that grows from theory, in a sense that we're saying that now the module contents or the curriculum that we're teaching should be grounded and through localizing it. I should be in a position, actually I do it as well, able to use Google as form of my case studies when I'm teaching, because those are familiar cases that students can leverage from and also be able to learn and apply the theory that we bring and also put it into effect as to what is happening. So I'll touch upon, in a sense, that with my students, they normally tell me that what functions or what they've been functioning, there's a concept, I'm sure students that are in the room, they understand the CPF concept, which is cram, pass, and forget, which is a problem we are living with. So we want to change that narrative, because they don't have to cram, they don't have to just pass and just forget. No, we want them in a position where they're able to meet what the work industries or the innovative or just job creating space, they will be having those skill sets. Hence now the installation of that entrepreneurial mindset coupled now with how they deal in class. So if you look at the quote that I have there at the bottom by Benjamin Franklin, it says that now, I'd like to touch upon, it says, tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me, I get to learn. So I feel that we're in a position now where we say that now we want to move to that direction. Hence now we're making it right in terms of meeting the manner of integrating entrepreneurship into our teaching and learning. Okay, so as UMP now, I want to show what have we been doing, reflecting on that, because I must say that entrepreneurship at UMP has been at the heart of mission, because it's one of the key mandates that we're trying to drive as well. We might be the youngest institution in South Africa, where we established in 2014, but then that allowed us now to be in a position where we're leveraging and all optimizing on the use of innovation when it comes to advancing our teaching and learning spaces. And also noting that the University of Mpumalanga is in a province that serves under privileged communities and underserved rural communities. So we're in a position now where we must understand that entrepreneurship education, or allowing students to be trained around that, does not just happen as a side hustle, but it's at a core, because this gets to be a strategic livelihood strategy that they have to live with. So it's quite important. And also seeing that we have the UN Peace Ferry Center that is led by Prof. Canayo, where they are doing a remarkable work when it comes to advancing and supporting students in their entrepreneurial journey. And also for people like me, pedagogical practitioners, as lecturers, we are saying that we are here to live up to that mission. That is also acknowledged with the award that was received last year, to say that the teaching practice that is applied is there, and we are eating and working our way to best fit it. And today we are here also are really at a core heart of driving entrepreneurship into our teaching and learning with an ecosystem that also verifies that. So this gets to be a journey now, because it's not just a sleep and a wake up or a walk in the park. So if you see my picture there from my slide, so it goes from classroom to the incubator, the marketplace. So if you see there's a little red car there, that car that gets to be a student that moves from classroom. And right now we're in a position where we integrate our curricula, the way that we teach, where we put in case studies, we put in simulations, because we do know we do face resource constraints in terms of advancing our teaching, but then we need to be innovative enough and also That's why we do simulations as well. We make use of problem-based learning. We do first lecturers from entrepreneurs, industry people that get to tell us how is it outside, mixing to what is happening with the theory. And then now the students now get to move now to the incubator, incubation process. This is when also ferry comes in, since that they provide different forms of support from coaching, mentoring, to make sure that that business idea comes into life. The pitch competitions, and also the peer learning communities that comes in, the support that they get when it comes to drafting business plans, this is what, and also getting funding. And lastly, where we want them to reach their destination, and that is the marketplace, which is now through now initiatives like your EDHE InnoVarsity, where we have students also at UNP who partake into these opportunities. Absa being a position where they provide funding pathways, SAB Foundation grants, and a different set of networks that have been provided to enable this whole process to take place, because we're saying that now we are here to make sure that we are bringing student-centered learning that is transformative and it's inclusive. So through all of that, this is how now we get to participate and all collaborator stakeholders to make sure that we meet this one common goal that we have. So through being from the classroom perspective now, what could help us now to advance and reach this? We could be doing this now by making use of evidence-based pedagogies, where we say that our teaching approaches and philosophies should be position where they touch upon challenge-based learning, where students are in a position where they're able to tackle community problems as entrepreneurs. So I'm sure most of my students are there as well. They will tell you when it comes to understanding that, hence we have your social entrepreneurs, your ecopreneurs in place. This is where we also put them into plot. When we say that now we should be making use of role plays, simulations in our teaching, where they allow students to be those board directors, to be those CEOs within the units or the modules that we teach. Also, the aspect of mentoring and coaching, where we're saying that already as UNP, we are in partnership with industry partners, which now we also include them in our teaching. Hence, for instance, with students also who do WIL programs, to find that within our learning outcomes, we do involve those industries, because now they're able to tell us what we teach in class in theory versus what is happening outside, so that we get to get the learning outcomes that deliver the best graduate students that we want, looking at the graduate attributes that we have as well as UNP. And lastly, we do reflective activities where we allow students to do free writing, where they tell us how it has been, the journey, especially when we use these different approaches. And also we get to see and get the gaps that we can improve, so that we are able to move as well with the journey that is being enabled. So touching upon now, for instance, on some feedback, reflective feedback that I've seen on the internet, based upon what EDHE has been doing, as well as UNP, trying to make sure that entrepreneurial journey is well managed and we get to hear their voices. So there's one quote that says now, some student highlighted that balancing studies and my business taught me discipline I never knew I had. There's another one that says that, okay, I'll wrap up first, that says mentorship from the Ferry changed how they see failure, and also highlighting now the challenges that are on the right, which is now time management, accessing to funds, fear of failure. So the recommendations now for higher education institutions, educators, is to make sure that we embed entrepreneurship into our curriculum, create safe spaces where failing is seen as lessons and not as havoc, and also have partners with industries and communities, support the well-being of students, leverage institutional competition, and decolonize entrepreneurship pedagogy. So that is the literature that I've touched. I'm trying to run because I've got a hint that I should be writing. So now, what I would say is the best classroom is one where students can see the real world on the other side of the door and have the courage to open that door. So this goes now to every student at UMP who is a potential entrepreneur, noting that every lecturer is an opportunity to ignite that spark to promote this entrepreneurial journey. And also every community challenge now serves to be a business opportunity that awaits to be done, to be born. So that I am done for my presentation, and thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, Bongi, thank you very, very much. It didn't detract at all the fact that you are not here physically. Your energy and insight really has filled the room. And colleagues, we really appreciate not only Dr. Mkata's leadership at the university, but really the insight and the intellectual discourse to bring also a theoretical framework to what we mean by entrepreneurship education, what it means, how it links to teaching and learning. And again, looping back to this notion of a whole of organization approach as we see this absolutely as part of the academic project. Bongi, thank you very much. Please stay on board until we conclude this morning's session. I want to really thank colleagues, all the speakers, for the really insightful and exciting way in which dimensions of this program was brought to bear. We are launching a national program, as Edward has said, the 8th iteration of this national program. And we have seen the tremendous growth and opportunity framework that has been created for us. I want to really acknowledge those in the room, the students and the student entrepreneurs. And let's just call them entrepreneurs because that's who they are. Whether you are early, established, multiple businesses, you are entrepreneurs. You're just students, by the way, also. And I'm very pleased also to acknowledge the foresight that even recent graduates are now included to fill the pipeline and to really continue that support as we go forward. Secondly, highly acknowledge the partners in the room whose really continuing effort and support and innovation and increase in support takes us forward, colleagues, not only from a funding perspective, but the strategic engagement as we go along. I want to end by thanking you also on behalf of our Vice Chancellor, who's really committed and engaged in this process, and who really thank you in her absence. And allow me please to introduce Professor Ntosh Ngwebe, who's the head of School of Computational and Mathematical Sciences, and also serve on the advisory board of Safari. Very happy that you are here, Ntosh. Thank you. And then finally, there will be formal acknowledgements at the end of today's program with the second facilitator. But I must really acknowledge the extraordinary Safari team, leadership of Professor Okujuba and others who's put this together, but who really continues with the excitement at the university about what renewal, innovation, transformation, entrepreneurship is. This concludes then the morning program. We want to invite you then for tea and refreshment outside. I want to ask all the speakers please to come to the front for a formal photo opportunity. And Madame, you are burning to come forward. Come forward.
Thank you for that. I think just you guys are welcome to grab some tea, just was a 10-minute break. And if I could please ask the speakers to come up to the front just to say thank you and photos.
Where's the photographer?
He's on his way.
Photographer.
Innovation for us means we need to support.
It is a privilege to officially open the seventh annual EDHE Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity flagship initiative at University of South Africa. And this competition is funded by training through the UCP program. And this InnoVarsity serves as a national platform to recognize and elevate the entrepreneurial talents that exist within our 26 public universities.
We are especially proud to be the sponsor of the social impact category. Because as Maya Angelou once said, nothing will work unless you do. And social innovation is exactly that. Work that comes from the heart. It's brave. It takes empathy, it takes imagination. It asks you to build not just a business, but a better tomorrow. And when young people take up that chance, the impact doesn't just touch customers, it lifts up families, lifts up schools, and whole communities.
My advice is simple. Create a product, sell it,
and the market will look like. I would like to advise everyone, wherever you go, don't forget that you have a child that you need to continue. I also want you to start, even if you can able to find that job, ensure that you keep business running. Because when you do that, it means you're
We have come to the end of day one. I think we had fantastic pictures, students. Well done.
association, you'll associate with like-minded individuals.
Who pays, what is paid, for what is paid, and how is paid, and how much is actually paid. These questions are important because sometimes you find that the consumer is not necessarily the customer.
This is something to also consider. Your personal brand is the foundation of your business brand. A strong, authentic personal brand can attract customers, investors, and partners who connect with your story and values.
Hi everyone, my name is Amu Hetse, the founder of Navu, and I'm here today with Tristan. And I've been seeing you around, enjoying the experience. Please tell me, how's your day been and what's been going through your mind?
Hey guys, as she said, it's Tristan here, co-founder of Jellypine Ops. Well, today has been a wonderful experience from down to the entrepreneurs to the mentors. The wonderful insights from everybody and their perspective really gives a whole wonderful type of perspective.
It is a privilege to officially open the 7th annual EDHE Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity, a flagship initiative of University South Africa. And this competition is funded by the Department of Higher Education and Training through the UCDP program. And this InnoVarsity serves as a national platform to recognize and elevate the entrepreneurial talent that exists within our 26 public universities.
We are especially proud to be a sponsor of the social impact category. Because as Maya Angelou once said, nothing will work unless you do. And social innovation is exactly that work that comes from the heart. It's brave, It takes empathy, it takes imagination. It asks you to build not just a business, but a better tomorrow. And when young people take up that challenge, the impact doesn't just touch customers, it lifts up families, it lifts up schools and whole communities.
My advice is simple: create the product, sell it, and the market will find it. I would like to advise everyone, wherever you go, don't forget that you have a child that you need to continue look after. Even if you can able to find that job, but ensure that you keep the business running.
We have come to the end of day one. I think we had fantastic pictures, students. Well done.
So innovation for us means we need to support as many entrepreneurs as we can to get to a stage where we are able to be in a better space as a country, be in a better space in our communities, as well as finding the sectors that are struggling.
One thing that you'll realize that you are very special, part of the inaugural, not part of the, you are the inaugural EDHE Absa Innovation Challenge Top 20.
Over 644 entries. And when we looked at the variation of ideas that were there, it was incredible to see the innovations, right, from tech to agri, health solutions, but a variation of solutions that our young people within the university space.
If there's anything about design thinking, it's about finding the drum beat, understanding how loud it is, and ensuring that you don't miss that beat.
When we go through an empathy journey, it means that you understand the user experience, but you are not part of it.
Student, you may be a researcher. I also want you to start identifying yourself as an entrepreneur. Because when you do that, it means your association, you'll associate with like-minded individuals.
Who pays, what is paid, for what is paid, and how is paid, and how much is actually paid. These questions are important because sometimes you find that the consumer is not necessarily the customer.
This is something to also consider. Your personal brand is the foundation of your business brand. A strong, authentic personal brand can attract customers, investors, and partners who connect with your story and values.
Hi everyone, my name is Amuhetse, the founder of Navu, and I'm here today with Tristan. And I've been seeing you around, enjoying the experience. Please tell me how's your day been and what's been going through your mind.
Hey guys, as she said, it's Tristan here, co-founder of Jellypine Ops. Well, today has been a wonderful experience from down to the entrepreneurs to the mentors. The wonderful insights from everybody and their perspective really gives a whole wonderful type of perspective.
Beautiful. And then secondly, we have Tshwane University of Technology. Are they here? We have Nelson Mandela University. Can we see them? Nelson Mandela University? Okay, they're joining us online. So online participants, please just react with some clapping of hands and your reaction. Thank you. We have Stellenbosch University. Are they here joining us online? Okay, I believe they are also joining us online. And then we have what was formerly known as Walter Sisulu University, but now it's called University Walter Sisulu. Can we give them a round of applause? Are they here? Come on. They usually come up with the loudest energy every time we move. But anyways, we also have SMU University. Spago Makati, are you here? There you go. Thank you so much. No, thank you so much for the energy. And this is truly what collaboration means. And EDHE is definitely making an impact when it comes to institution. So moving on. So no apologies, University. And my apologies, my sincere apologies. Oh, thank you so much. Well, I know some of them are joining us online, so I just recognized. Okay, University of Johannesburg. Okay, do you also University of Pretoria present in the room? University of Pretoria. Also in the northern region, do we have UNISA? Okay, they're joining us online. Okay. Present here, did I call it? All institutions are represented? Western Cape University, where are you? University of Northwest University. And then straight to the house. Okay. University of Cape Town. Online. Okay. Am I leaving anyone? Okay. Thank you. Right? I'm forgiven. Thank you so much. And then UKZN. Unizulu. DUT, they're also online. Thank you so much for joining us online and watching. Please do engage with us also online, posting on social media with the hashtag EDHE, hashtag Absa. We also have hashtag InnoVarsity and hashtag Entrepreneurship in Action. So I do have a prize at the end of the event for a participant right here. Not online, apologies for my online participants, but if you're here and you'll be engaging with us on social media platform, I do have a gift for you. Okay, so I'm going to be checking our social media platforms. Just tag EDHE platform and UMPC Ferry, right? Thank you. Okay, and then we are going to go straight into the panel discussion. But before, because I want to give out one gift, we have in our midst, and this question is for those who did not attend last year's finals, okay? We have in our midst last year's Student Entrepreneurship of the Year. So Student Entrepreneur of the Year is in our midst, right? I hope you're networking. I hope you're networking because you never know who you're sitting next to. I want you to tell me the name and the prize. Simple as that. Student Entrepreneur of the Year. I want the name and the prize. The name and the prize. Let's just see. Were you there last year? Are you sure? Yes, our 2025. I need the 2025 student entrepreneurship. You were not there. Okay. 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 Stand up, introduce yourself, and please give us the answer.
Okay.
Sorry.
Wait. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tato Ramakapula, the president of SWEEP Univen chapter.
Okay. So to answer the question, the winner, right? It's Mpho or Olo. Please forgive me if I say your surname wrong. And the prize money, I think, was 500,000.
She, is she still? Can we have the right answer? I see a hand.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dembe Michinyara. I'm the president of Enactors Univen. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly, but it was Zano. I saw it somewhere. Zano Dumo Gondlimpi. Mr. Zano Dumo Gondlimpi. He won 120,000 rand.
Zano, can you confirm? Oh, can we get? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That's correct. His name is Mr. Uzano Tumo, and he was this last year's Student Entrepreneur of the Year. So, Uzano Tumo, thank you for being here today. And right now, we are going to move into the most important part of the day, which are our conversations with our studentpreneurs. And we want to hear from their reflective journey. Where are they now? How did they start? What motivated them to start? And to facilitate the first panel discussion, I want us to welcome our Deputy Chairperson of the EDHE National COP Student Entrepreneurship Coordinator, Miss Elizabeth Masoleng. Can we please clap hands for her? I'm going to give over to Miss Elizabeth as she will be introducing and calling forth our panelists. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can we give her? Thank you so much, Kolofelo. I'd like to also just observe the first protocol that was formed earlier at the beginning. Ladies and gents, student, Mr. Ngoswite, are we in the house? Okay. We are going to test actually our panelists. Can I call upon on stage the panelists for the discussion is the reality of entrepreneurship, right? What we're talking about here is the management of time, your expectations. How do you manage expectations as a business or student entrepreneur? Colleagues, this conversation today brings together student entrepreneurs who are navigating the demanding intersections of academic, business, and personal well-being. So this panel, we will definitely have an opportunity to hear honest, from the horse's mouth, the honest reflections about what it truly takes to balance this interesting and challenges, the trade-offs, the strategies that makes it possible for sustaining your academic and business growth. So for this panel, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call upon Mr. Zanoduma Bodlimpi from followed by Miss Mpho from Tshwane University of Technology, Mr. Innocent Masilela from University of Mpumalanga. Also online, I'd like the two beautiful, gorgeous ladies to just to wave. Let's see, are you there? Online, we joined by Miss Nicole Lowe from Nelson Mandela University. Nicole, wave. And lastly, we have Miss Robin Finter. Miss Robin Finter is from Stellenbosch University. So, ladies and gents, at this session, because we are running against time, now we're testing our studentpreneurs. They are 3 minutes pitching. Right? So we really need to keep this panel discussion a little bit shorter. I do apologize. Robin and Nicole, can you also hear me there? Awesome. Okay. I think I will first quickly start with the two ladies. I'll go with Robin. Robin, just a quick one, 2 minutes. Who's Robin? What are you doing? Where are you from? And what are you currently studying?
So, hi everyone. My name is Robin. I've gotten married now, so my surname has changed to Border. Thank you. So, when I was in high school, I identified someone close to me, actually in my family, who was stressed about admin and all the admin she had to do in a very niche role. And based on that problem, I created Report Buddy, which is my business. And essentially, Report Buddy writes reports for neuropsychologists. So I created that when I was in grade 11, and I have carried through. And I just graduated 3 weeks ago. So I continued my studies, and yeah, so it's exciting to talk about what it actually takes to be a business. I studied Become International Business at Stellenbosch University, and enjoyed my studies. It was great. I loved my business, and it has been a challenge to figure out how to juggle those two, but I think I managed all right. And what I have learned along the way, I would like to share. So that's me.
Awesome. Wow. And congratulations as well. Moving along, Nicole, tell us quickly, who are you? What do you do? Which university are you from?
My name is Nicole Lau. I'm the CEO and founder of Incubation, which is an eco-conscious skincare brand. I also opened up a salon on campus, which is called Naturally Nirvana Salon at Nelson Mandela University. I completed my diploma in management, majoring in financial management, which I will be graduating next week. And I'm also doing my advanced diploma in management practices. So that's basically me in a nutshell.
Sure. Wamandla, thank you so much, Nicole. Now, coming to the floor, hey, we have the beautiful Rose among the two gentlemen. I think I'll just be biased and just follow tune. Mpo, please a bit. Who's Mpo? Where are you from? Which institution, are you studying with?
Thank you so much, Ms. Moderator. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge EDH Absa team for the incredible opportunity that they have granted me. It's truly an honor to participate in this prestigious event today. And I also want to expand my acknowledgements to the Dean of Tshwane University of Technology, Professor Ntebohe Mokalaga, for the incredible support. My study panel, Professor David Katerere, EDHE mentors, and everyone who navigated me through the innovation journey. I'm really grateful. So my name is Mpokotlolo. I'm a PhD candidate from Tshwane University of Technology in the Department of Pharmaceutical Sciences. And beyond just being a candidate, I'm also a problem solver and a top student innovator of the year 2025. So that's Mpo in a nutshell. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mpo. Mr. Godlimbi, over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. My name is Zanot Mokodlimpi. I was born in Pizana, Lutega, in the Eastern Cape. I'm currently working for the institution which is called University Walter Sisulu. It's no longer Walter Sisulu University. I just wanted to highlight that. So I participated in the EDHE and I was named the Studentpreneur of the Year. My innovation actually is focusing on people who have lost their limbs, those who have been amputated below the knee. By profession, I'm a medical orthotist prosthetist. So I work with people who have lost limbs. I've worked with people who are physically disabled on a daily basis. Yeah, I think that's all.
Awesome. Innocent, the host. I get we leave for the best for last. Mr. Innocent, tell us a bit. Who are you? What are you doing? What's your business?
No, thank you very much. Innocent is a multi-award-winning entrepreneur. A product of UMP Siferi. I see SAP is one of the sponsors. One of our funders, we received the funding of 250,000 from them. So let me acknowledge them as well. The current social entrepreneur of the year in the province of Mpumalanga. I run a Metric Second Chance School, employing 17 employees full-time and a few part-time employees.
Sure. That's awesome. Give them a round of applause for that nice introduction. Like I said, my panelists, we are going to test your 3 minutes pitching right now. Okay. So I think I'll start with you, Zanodumo. You know, as a studentpreneur, you know, and you have so much going on. How do you then balance academic, bruh? You need to balance academic, your commitments while running your business. How do you do that?
Hey, that's tough.
Yeah.
As I've said, I'm employed by Walter Sisulu University in the Department of Rehabilitation Medicine. I'm also a student at UNISA. The project, the pneumatic prosthetic project, is currently housed in Walter Sisulu University. We have received funding from TIA for 485,000, and we have received 150,000 from UNISA. The manufacturing is carried out in Central University of Technology. So I just wanted to give you a highlight of how my life is, my reality. So I keep on juggling stuff from here and there. In terms of finding balance, I wouldn't say I do have a way of finding balance. I actually work with what I can. Uh, my work, it requires me to deal with patients a lot, patients who live in rural areas. And the realities of the rural areas means that if there are heavy rains, patients do not come for consultation. They do not come for their appointments. We have to reschedule their appointments. So that's one of the things that causes destability, that destabilizes things a little bit. So what the formula that I keep on working on, so whenever I find time, I work on whatever I could do from the things that I have on the table. So when it comes to juggling things between work, family, relationships, entrepreneurships, and the project, so I always try to do the best that I can. I try to accomplish activities depending on the timelines that I have. I always prioritize the ones that have deadlines that are very nearby. So up to this far, I've been able to push through using that formula. So that's how I've been managing things.
Sure, awesome. So I see your system is in place because you are here today. But anyway, let's move along. Innocent, tell me quickly, right? As an entrepreneur, you have so many employees, you know, busy, bra, busy. Basically, Innocent is one of those mwahogi busy. Tell me, Innocent, then what tools or systems do you use to manage all this, you know, to ensure that you utilize your time effectively?
No, thank you very much for the question. There's a phrase that I always use: proper planning prevents poor performance. Plan things in time, set daily goals. I want to achieve this today. This is where I'm going. This is what I want to do. Plan it in time and execute. The other important thing that I do, I know how to say no, which is very important. If I say I'm going to Siferi today, nothing else, that's it. I'm going to Siferi, nothing else. Because one of the biggest things that we struggle with as entrepreneurs, or as people in general, I have goals that I've set for myself for today, and a friend comes along and says, "Hey, let's go and have a drink. Let's go and do something. Let's go play FIFA." And now I have to let go of what I've set for myself to accommodate them. So I've come to learn to say no. I have this planned, and my time from this time to this time, this is what I'm going to be doing. And the last and the most important one is delegation. If you have 17 employees, if you have a business, something I didn't mention in the business, we have components. There's a driving school, there's teaching, there's skills development. So if I'm here, it needs to continue running without me. So I need to trust people, Gutsy, even if I'm not they are going to continue doing exactly what they need to do. And to do that, we put systems in place. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, sure. Now I think I'm going to move to my ladies online. Nicole, please tell us from your experience, right? What are the most significant challenges that you have faced as a studentpreneur till today?
I think one of the challenges that I've faced is first when I started my business, I didn't do the proper research and I didn't know all the facilities that the university has in place. But then I joined Safari, and through Safari we had workshops and there was networking events and also the University Africa Hub, which provides key resources for businesses on campus and also businesses in the community through mentorship, also incubation. So I think that really helped me face those challenges which I faced in the beginning of my business. And I also got to be a mentor for SEED, which is the Student Employability and Entrepreneurship Development. I also started first out as a mentee, so I got to be mentored and then I was able to give back and be a mentor as well. So I think being able to face those challenges and having the necessary support from the university professors that they have in place, I was able to overcome those challenges.
Sure. Awesome. Give a round of applause for that. Then, Mpo, sure, when your pressure is hectic, Mogel, that 500, ow. But how do you then manage expectations, from your university, from your customers, including your own personal life? How do you manage?
Thank you so much for the question, ma'am. So for me, I can say managing my academic life or journey with farmer kids hasn't been easy, but I can say that I'm employing the self-discipline, the purpose, and I also have I'm making use of the triple S, which stand for strong support system, because I can say that I'm fortunate enough that I'm working with the most dynamic team members that are hands-on my research project. And I wanna also add that Farmer Kids actually was directly extracted from my PhD research, meaning the progress that I'm making in my PhD research concurrently benefit the Farmer Kids. So I'm killing one bird with one stone. How do they say it? Yes, yes, it's two birds with one stone. So basically, that's what I'm doing. And I can say that I also get motivation and encouragement from my family, especially my mother, and my friends. And I also draw wisdom and strength from God because I'm a Christian girl. So every time when I feel overwhelmed, I go to church and I pray. And I also want to say that if I feel like I have too much on my plate, I don't hesitate to pause, to go away and break. Because for me, breaking is not a weakness, but it's part of sustainability. Because every time after breaking, I feel rejuvenated so that I can tackle the next task with positive mind, with energy. And that has been working for me. Thank you.
Sure, amen to that. Please, a round of applause. Robin, now coming to your side, tell us, share with us a bit the type of strategies that you use or implement to maintain your mental health and your overall well-being, because mental issue, colleagues, is one of the critical things for all our studentpreneurs. So please just share a few of your strategies there, Robin. How do you tackle that? And now, being married, that also adds to the more challenges of your mental well-being.
Yeah, so that sounds strange, but sleep. Sleep is really important. Um, It sounds strange because I think in our society we see sleep as laziness, which it can be. If you're sleeping more than you need to, that's laziness. But If you're not sleeping enough, you're not going to function well enough in the hours that you are awake. So the way I see it, it's one of the best returns on investment of time. Because if I have this hour in the day because I'm sleeping more, it makes every other hour that I have more productive. Helps a lot. So that's definitely what I would say is important, as boring as it sounds. And then the other one would be to make sure you're intentional about how you rest. So when you have break time or you've created a break time for yourself, do something that's actually going to recharge your battery. For example, scrolling, Instagram, because you don't have enough time to rest as it is. So that would be my two pieces of advice.
Sure, that's interesting, guys. Sleep and sleep enough, but not too much. All right. So I know we are running a bit out of time, but I'll just like to take maybe just two hands from our audience, especially our studentpreneurs. So this one, coordinators and officials, please set this one out. Oh, okay. All right. I see two hands. Okay. Which institution? Let's also not be biased. Univen. Okay. All right. Ladies first. Any question, comment, and please be specific if you are addressing it to a particular panel member. Thank you.
Uh, Good afternoon, everyone. Let me stand up. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Uyanda Pride Mazibugo. I'm a first year student at the University of Mpumalanga and also a chairperson of an organization called Sugumam Tomusha. My question is, so I have learned, but I still need clarity to anyone.
Okay.
So I faced rejection when it comes to financial assistance. So how do you deal with financial rejection when you ask for financial assistance? And also, what are the key points or things that you need to highlight when you are applying for the financial aid so that it can be successful?
Okay. Awesome. I think let's split the question quickly. Lady, gents?
Okay, I will go first because
The
she's
first
the
one.
lady.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. So personally, I bounce back. I don't give up. And I'm a kind of a person who like to ask for clarity. If you rejected my application, there must be a reason behind. Even though most of the funders they like to say we like that unfortunate email, right? But with me, I revert back to that email that, okay, thank you so much for the feedback. However, I like to, that's my words, I'm kindly asking for the feedback. What have I went wrong so that next time I can improve myself? So I think that's my take home message that you can do. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. You fully covered, ma'am. We will still have enough time during lunch to engage. And those who also still have questions, please make sure during lunch we have a nice conversation with all our panelists. Sir, over to you. Just one question.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Monoru Sunzi. I am a student volunteer at the Univen Center for Entrepreneurship and Rapid Incubation. I want to ask, ideas are everywhere, right? It's been said here the whole day, right? So how did you, as a studentpreneur, find that idea that resonated with you, that you were passionate about? How did you identify that idea from the ideas that you had and say, this one is specifically for me? This one is the idea that I know I'm taking it to the next step and I'm executing it in order to become a business.
Thank you. How did you guys know? I think let's give it to the gents. Godlindi?
Okay, I'll take this one. I think for me, when it comes to my innovation, it's actually very personal. Uh, my father had stroke just when I was still in high school. So if you know patients who have had strokes, you'd find that one of the limb would drag on the floor. So at that time, we were not familiar that there were devices that could assist in terms of improving how he walks. But unfortunately, he passed away before I finished university. So when I was then at the
at the stage where we do practicals in hospitals. So we had a lot of patients were amputated below the limb, below the knee, and also even above the knee. Now, when they walk in the rural setting, now when they're climbing up a hill, it would feel as if the limb is pushing them back. When they are going down a hill, it would feel as if the limb is about to, we call it buckling, where there'll be knee flexion that is uncontrollable. So that was the problem that I spotted first. I was not the first one to identify the problem. There were other solutions, but now the problem was that they were not contextually relevant. They were there, the bionic limbs, but they're very expensive. A lot of them could not afford even the insurances, your medical aids, and your RAF patients could not get hold of those devices. So I had to come up, find the middle ground. So what the public healthcare sector is offering, it's very stiff ankles. What the European markets have developed, it's very expensive bionic limbs. Now we had to find something in the middle. So that's how I came about with the innovation of developing a pneumatic prosthetic limb.
Wow, awesome. A round of applause. Sorry to rush you. I think I'll just go to the lady. I think let's go quickly. Nicole, just a golden nugget to share with fellow entrepreneurs that are sitting here in the room. And I think students, please also always follow each other on WhatsApp, on LinkedIn. So just a minute, quickly, Nicole, just, parting words, motivate our fellow students that are in the room today.
With regards to the funding question, I would say I agree with my fellow panelists. How can you improve? Because next time you just it might be something simple that was missing. So you get like a message that says you didn't get the funding, don't be discouraged. We say when one door closes, another one opens, and the next door is always bigger and better than the one you wanted. So always be opportunity and how you can improve. So don't just focus on your conventional funding. There are competitions like EDHE, the Absa Innovation Challenge. You can also get funding. So is different avenues of getting funding. So don't just focus on one thing. There's so many competitions also, even internationally. Golden nuggets that I would love to leave with my fellow students is one of the most important things to do is to start. You don't have to be perfect to start. As long as you start, you will along the way of the journey. And also, you meet some amazing people who are like-minded to yourself, who can mentor you, who can be with you every step of the way. So give you that guidance. This is a community that we are building, and we're not alone on this entrepreneurship path. So surround yourself with people who are positive,
yes,
dreams, and also people that don't put down your dreams or put down your ideas, and also be positive and always know that when you set your mind to, you can achieve anything in this life. So I think that is what I would love to tell my fellow entrepreneurs.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Colleagues, unfortunately, we ran out of time, but please, during lunchtime, engage with all our panelists that are here today, and also follow Nicole and both the ladies online through their LinkedIn. Other than that, you heard sleep enough, attend networking session, and build up your entire network by sharing numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Elizabeth, and thank you so, so much. My panelists, you've been wonderful. The money makers, give them a round of applause, and thank you.
Thank you. I actually asked for music from my DJs, but they refused, clearly. Okay, so without a waste of time, let's give them one last round of applause. Okay, so Miss Elizabeth highlighted the importance of networking, right? I need my mic. Okay. Oh, sorry. She highlighted the importance of networking. I need one person in the room who will briefly tell us what problem are they solving and what solution are they coming up with. They introduce themselves, their business, the problem, and the solution. Okay. You're from which institution? Okay, University of Mpumalanga. Let's clap hands for her as she stands up.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cleopatra Shoko, a BCom student and an upcoming business person with an idea that solves water scarcity within the region of Mopani as well as other regions. So I've heard about who? Mr. Zano, yeah. He is into solving the problem that has to do with people with stroke who invent, I don't know if it's an innovation of like the limb parts where like they able to, yeah, to move, yeah. So that's what I understood from you.
Okay, thank you. Can we have one last person who will tell us about their business? Just tell us, what problem are you solving and what solution are you coming up with? Gentlemen over there.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Sitatela Lebegwa. I'm doing the Master of Science in Water and Climate Change at Walter Sisulu, University Walter Sisulu. So I came up with my solution, more especially what happened in Hemisphere. People died just because they drank water. So water is not a luxury, it's a human basic right. And if you find in our areas, you just open the tap and then you drink. You don't even know if it's safe. It can look clean, but is it safe to drink? So after seeing that problem, I came up with a tool called Blue Lab. So it's a very simple, rapid water quality monitoring toolkit. You just put water, it changes color if it is infected by bacteria, and then you can say, let me drink this water or not. So I'm bringing a decision to the tip of your hands. You don't have to wait for the municipalities to test or to take the samples of water, go to the outside laboratory, and then the results they will come after a month. So now you just wait for 2 hours and then you can decide if you want to die or not.
Let's stop and say thank you. Nice innovation. And then I've also noticed that in the room, what's important is networking will also bring your partners. From his idea, I noticed that it's similar to what we presented last day. It's just that we have been focusing on industries. But nice one. Thank you so much. Let's give him one round of applause. So I'm going to move on to the second panel discussion, and I'm going to just call upon our panelists. And from the University of Mpumalanga, can we please clap hands for Ms. Qetelo Baloyi? Qetelo. University. Yeah, University of Limpopo. Yes. University of Mpumalanga is in my blood. Okay. So from the University of Limpopo, let's please welcome Ms. Qetelo Baloyi. Thank you. And from SMU, can we please clap hands from Ms. Nondumi Sonkosi? From the hosting university, University of Mpumalanga, can you please welcome Ms. Precious Mama Robo? And lastly, from the University of Limpopo, can we please clap hands for Mr. Yasha Bam? Yusha Bam. Okay, thank you. Let's clap hands for him. Now, with this particular panel discussion, we have people who have walked the journey in the EDHE program. So let's hear from them as we prepare for those who will be entering this year's competition. Let's just hear from them. How did they get here and what motivated them to actually start the application process? So it's just going to start with just a brief introduction of who you are, and we'll take it from there. Ms. Etele, can you please start with you? Just brief introduction of who you are and your business idea. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ketel Lovaloy from the University of Limpopo. I'm joking. um, I have two businesses, which is Buddies on the Move Production and also my newly developed Zusnana, which is an innovative business. So I come from UL. I'm studying, I'm doing my second year master's in environmental science. I did my undergrad and finished it in 2023. And I've been an EDHE baby from 2023 to last year.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Good day to everyone. My name is Nodumiso Nkosi, founder of Hypershort Diagnostics, which is a company that leverages on innovative biotechnology solutions for infectious diseases diagnosis. Of particular focus, we have a novel patented technology, which is a rapid diagnostic tool that diagnoses hepatitis B. What motivated this development is that we were seeing that the current technology available in the market does not necessarily perform well in our community. So we took that up to develop a diagnostic tool that will bridge that gap and furthermore be accessible to resource limited areas. So I am a PhD candidate from SMU, and yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Nice.
Hi everyone. I am Lekoloka Precious Mama Wobo. So I have two names, but I prefer Lekoloka. So I am an academic, so I'm an associate lecturer here at the University of Mpumalanga and also a PhD candidate in higher education studies. And outside of academia, what I do is I'm a co-founder of Ubuntu Speakers Podium. So we're on a mission to build Africa's intellectual athletes. You see how sports like soccer, those people are athletes, right? But what we're doing, we're translating that into intellectual athletes, where we train students in moot court, debate, public speaking, quiz masters, and all of those things. And not only training them, but also now we're in a phase of offering tournaments in terms of that. And we've already started with Penryn College. Another thing to bridge that gap also in terms of what I do in academia, I'm also a co-founder of ACRIS, which is African Consortium for Research and Evidence Systems. So what we do necessarily is we have seen a gap in Africa. You know, we speak about research, African context research and all of those things. But it's about time where we move from recognizing that into now implementing that. So what we do, we look at how research is governed, designed, and also translated. So that's me in a nutshell. Thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. My name is Yusha Bam, and I'm currently a third-year student studying a BSc in plant production. My company is Green Grows. We are a modern hydroponic farm which grows crops and vegetables using water only and eliminating soil. And we are also looking at now focusing on producing systems for experienced growers and also people who don't even know how to grow. But at the core principle at Green Grows is sustainability, or growing sustainability. And I was a finalist last year. I didn't win, but I'm still here. I rose
Yes.
and I came back.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ms. Baloyi, directed to you. I heard you said that you've been an EDHE baby since 2023. So this goes out to, with us. CSK has also been a baby since 2023, but we only got to win last year. Is it the same with you? Has the journey been easy? Have you won before? And if not, what motivated you to keep applying?
Okay, so basically, I consider myself a certified runner-up for EDHE.
Halal.
In 2023, I was a runner-up for the social impact category, and then last year I came out third position for the EDHE Absa Innovation Award. So the first time I applied for EDHE, it was definitely because they said 100,000, and then the coordinator at our university kept emphasizing it at the launch, like there's 100,000 on the table, 100,000. Like, oh, okay, I've been doing this program for free and mainly from my pocket. So this is an opportunity to actually get someone to invest into it because I did not know how to apply for fundings at that time. So I applied for EDHE for that. And then I came back last year because I knew that EDHE offers us a platform whereby your ideas, yeah, they can criticize you, but then you get to grow whenever you present your idea there because you get to see the loopholes. You get to see where you're not presenting your solution successfully, where you are lacking, and also you get to see where you're doing it right, and then you get to improve on that. So that was what encouraged me to enter the innovation challenge last year.
Oh, thank you. And Mr. Isha, From your personal experience, you said that you entered last year and you are back again. What lessons have you learned, and how can you then motivate others to also keep on applying?
Well, I'm back here. I'm not sure if I'm going to join the competition this year
Okay.
because of last year, but the motivation I would just say is that if you know your business and you know that you have a passion for it, then you should just apply. It hurts but nothing or nobody by just applying. You might win, you might not win, you might even make it to the finals as well. It will be difficult as well. There'll be a lot of challenges also that I had to overcome last year by moving assignments and tests also. And another thing also was nobody knows, but last year I presented on Monday, and then with that same Wednesday in the same week I had to write a supplementary exam. So I passed the supplementary, luckily. It just shows that you can do academics on one side and you can do a business also on another side. But that's only because I have the passion. And if you all have a passion, you can do it.
Nice, nice one. So it really questions if it's right to be a dropout as an entrepreneur. I've seen people with PhDs, people in undergrad continue their studies. So it's an encouragement for us to also continue studying while building entrepreneurship. So, Ms. Precious, you have entered the academic space now, but I believe and I know that you were part of entrepreneurial activities before in your undergrad. How has that impacted you now, currently where you are?
So when it comes to the whole research landscape, the first time when I entered, because I was like, you know what, I'm tired of having these ideas. It's time now that, the idea materializes. And for me, it was moving from one eye to the other eye. And I call that moving from ideation to implementation. And that's how I went into this process. And because also I'm a perfectionist, I thought to myself that, I need to be perfect before I do this. But also I then realized that actually growth comes from the process, not before it. And actually, I've seen this. What I've seen with being an entrepreneur is that it also mirrors within the academic space. For example, when we're doing entrepreneurship, we're told that you need a value proposition, right? That in research is the gap. Also, again, you need to do market research. That in academia, that is what literature review. So I've all of seen it, all that mirroring, and I have to say, doing that process and also being in academia now, I've sort of like become a better researcher because I've done that first, and I think that's what contributed to me also even getting perhaps a distinction in research. So yeah, I'll say that.
Nice one. Beautiful. Now, personally, after the ED program, our company was able to secure at least 3 new clients, and it also increased our revenue. And coming to you, Nondomi, so how did participating in the competition impact your business from a business person perspective and personal development?
So, from the EDHE winning, um, besides that, during the process, I got to learn a lot of skills. Coming from a research background with no entrepreneurial background per se, I learned a lot. I learned how to balance financial flow charts and all those things, and also learned new terminology in finance. So that has significantly impacted how now I look at the business and how I go about and do things for the business as a whole. So, and as well, I was never a person who would be out about in front of a lot of people and actually engage and talk to them. But putting myself outside of a platform or in a platform like EDHE and actually engaging with people, I believe that I learned a new skill in that. So definitely communication wise, it improved my communication skills, also an ability to share with another person next to me what I am doing and how am I doing it, and also if maybe there's any opportunities of us collaborating. So with EDHE, I've been exposed to numerous other opportunities, going as far as also winning the Innovation Hub competition, also being identified by CIPC as the woman shaping IP. So, I mean, those kind of platforms have also given me a lot to learn. And EDHE was a stepping stone for me to realize the capacity of what I'm doing and the impact that it can have. So, yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. So it doesn't just end here, right? It goes further to more opportunities. And Ms. Baloyi, I know that last year, besides the financial support from the ED program, before the competition, there was some support that you guys were given through boot camps. Maybe can you just elaborate with that, the process? How was it? Was it as glamorous as we saw it online? You know, just break it down for us.
Okay, yeah. So basically, the boot camp was nice, cute, luxurious. So it was a fun place to go. Usually, I consider boot camps as a vacation.
Okay.
I have my reasons because I easily learn like that. So that's why I consider them that. So at the boot camp, we were taught on how to present our businesses. And that was one of the reasons why I chose my strategy that I used at the final of using one slide because of something that Dr. Gumbo taught us at the boot camp. So
Okay.
he presented it in one slide. I'm like, this is what I want to do. And then I had to go back, try to do it. And then they offered us national coaches last year. So I spent all my sessions with the coach trying to figure out how to do it right because it's a risk that most people don't take. And I wanted to take it and I did not want any other option. So the coach had to make sure that we do it properly. So from what he taught us to what the coach was trying to put into like a reality, it ended up actually being a good move, a good strategy that, yeah, placed us where we were. So yeah, the bootcamp was very, very, very additional to what I got at the end.
Oh, thank you. And lastly, Mr. Yusha, from an institutional perspective, most of the time students just come and enter these competitions without receiving support. Now, from your perspective, did you receive any support from your institution? And if so, how important is it for one to receive and get that support?
Basically, when I first entered, I didn't have no support. I
Okay.
was going through my emails one night and I saw this competition pop up.
Sure.
So that shows that you should always see your emails because they are important. Then after I entered, then that's when I was realized that I am part of the competition now. I got support also from Titello,
Okay.
also, who was a mentor to me. The university also, they provided me with another mentor also, who also helped me throughout my journey because it wasn't very easy for me to do it alone. And the mentors, they helped me. They showed me how to use the PowerPoint, how to change my slides, how to present also, but also how to speak properly in a public setting as well. So you can't do everything on your own, although I try to do it. But you need help, and all the help that you can get, you think you should grab it with two hands.
Definitely. Oh, thank you so much. Can we please clap hands for them? Because of time, I'm going to have to cut our panel session. But once again, can we please clap hands for her, for them? And one last thing, I noticed that besides competitions and networking, you also discover talent. So last year, Miss Baloyi went from showcasing Amagumba on stage, national stage. So we want to see if maybe this year she'll be able to dance some zip. So DJ, can you please play for me zip? Let's see if she can dance for us. And then can we also just clap hands for our other panelists as they walk on? Okay, she wants to teach me. Let's go. Okay. Wait. You need to teach me as if you're mentoring me, you know, like the sentence. Let's go. Wait. Yes, I did. Okay. Am I doing it? Oh, definitely. I need some more mentorship. Can you please give her a gift just for that? Thank you so much. I hope we have all taken our notes and we've learned much. To those who are going to be applying this year, you have taken some tips. Remember that support is very important. Right here at the University of Mpumalanga, we have UMPC Ferry, which is always available to support you. And once again, let's also just clap hands to the ED program. Let's clap hands. A big round of applause to ABSA for financial inclusion. Thank you.
Let's take a picture before Sandile comes.
Okay. Not a problem. So to all our panelists, can we just please come forth and we're going to take a picture before we call upon our last speaker. Thank you.
You can join them as well.
Sure.
And then,
Are you giving us a second?
no, just.
The panel discussion is finished.
Yes.
Okay.
You can just take the table away, but they can stand in front of the chairs. It's fine. Yeah, in front of the chairs. It's okay. And then table. These will be attached to the table.
Can you please ask for music at the back, if possible?
Sound desk, can we please get some music while we take a picture? Thanks.
Thank you, AV team. Thank you, AV team. Thank you for the music. Okay, so as you have seen outside, we have exhibitors and we also have the ABSA stand. So please just go visit them. I heard that you are able to open a bank account today. So if you don't have a business bank account, just visit them and see what they have in store for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time that we've been waiting for. The moment we've been building towards, and we are about to call Mr. Sandile Shabalala. And this is where we see our ideas being turned into reality. So let's call upon the Senior Student Engagement Officer from the EDHE program, Mr. Sandile Shabalala. Can we please give him a round of applause? Is he here? Okay. Okay, not a problem. So as we wait for him, can we have our AV team play some music for us? Thank you. I mean, if you want to show us some skills, you are. You know, the platform is all yours. There comes Mr. Shabbat. Let's clap hands for him. You need to clap hands because
Right. How are you guys doing? All right. It's been a lovely day here at UMP, and we have come to the end of our event. Okay, let me just ask that we just have a round of applause for the University of Mpumalanga. Right. Now, as we conclude the national launch of the EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity 2026, I extend our sincere appreciation to each of you present today for your active engagement and valuable contribution to the success of today's program. We are especially grateful to the University of Mpumalanga for hosting this important national platform, for its contribution to committing to the advancing of student entrepreneurship. We also acknowledge and thank our valued partners Absa Group, the Department of Higher Education and Training, and the SAP Foundation for their sustained support in enabling opportunities for student entrepreneurship across the country. We extend our sincere gratitude to all those who contributed to the successful delivery of this event, including the conference center, audiovisual and technical team at the back, the security personnel who are ensuring that we are safe, our lovely photographers here, UMP Sferi for this lovely event, the program directors, the exhibitors outside, our COP chairs who are with us today, the representatives from all universities here in person, our incredible speakers, online attendees, and most importantly, the student entrepreneurs here in person and watching us online. Now, with the official launch of entries, we encourage all the eligible student entrepreneurs across the 26 public universities to participate in the EDHE Absa Entrepreneurship InnoVarsity 2026. This is more than just a competition, it's a national platform for innovation, development, and opportunity. As we move forward, we encourage you to take the following next steps. One, visit the EDHE website so that you can get all the information you need to understand the competition. Two, attend the workshops that we will be hosting online from the 28th of April to the 1st of May. The purpose of these workshops is to help you understand each category. We will have a session for all 5 categories. Please do not submit your entry without attending those workshops. You need to be sure of the category you are submitting to. And then lastly, is to ensure you come, well, let me not say you come, your university supports you to come and attend the student premiers in Daba. 9 to 11 September, Western Cape, we invite you. Right, now as we launch the entries, which are officially open today and closing on the 22nd of May, I would like to welcome you and watch the launch video. Thank you.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. Myself, I see something. Everybody, and they say that. And they say that.
Let's keep the momentum. All I do is win. Win. That's right. It's all we do is win. And thanks to all our partners and the EDHE program for the support. So thank you once again, Mr. Sandile Shabalala, for the closing. I am just here for the announcement. All our guests, our staff members are going to be eating upstairs, and all our studentpreneurs, please, there is a section for us to eat. So let's just allow our guests, dignitaries to move upstairs and all our staff members so that they can have their dinner. And once again, thank you so much for being a lovely audience. Till next time. Thank you. Bye. Apologies. Just one last thing. We need